My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is July 8th, 2023. It is 3:43 a.m. This is video 2. I'll assume I might do 2 videos or 3 videos or maybe 4 because I have a couple tweets. I don't know how I'm gonna split those videos for now as I'm recording right now, but for now I have 12 tweets to share with you, and some part of video 1 that I recorded already, I might add it in this video. Okay, so new subscribers, welcome. This is my analytic. This page I very rarely share it, but this is what's going on this tab with my analytic. All right, 3,050 views so far in the past 48 hours. Okay, but my estimate revenue remained this low. All right, so let's go on Twitter. On my last video I said I was gonna start with this. I'm gonna read some part of this article and then to see what really went down. Okay, I shared this screenshot on my community board already. This is by Omid, the British host of a neo-Nazi podcast, who said Harry and Meghan's mixed-race son Archie, quote, should be, end quote, have been convicted of terrorism offenses. They will be sentenced in September. Let's click on that. The link of this will be in the description. Let's pause this. Oh, where's the article? The host of a neo-Nazi podcast who launched an attack on the Duke and Duchess of Sussex son Archie have been convicted of terrorist offenses. Okay, so where's the article? That's it. Okay, so that was it. That's that. Let's go back on Twitter. Okay, well, Omid, the royal family had it in the grasp to stop the racism dead in its track, but they didn't because it was convenient for them to scapegoat Meghan and Archie to use them to cover for the bad behavior that members of that family were involved. One of the things that I said on video 1 is that I don't remember the conversation that I brought up, my own conversation, or what tweet led me to say some of the things that I said, is that Omid don't usually report that much about the Sussexes. They wait until the royal rats say something about whatever work Harry and Meghan are doing, and then he comes out and put his part here. But this one, I only saw Omid, and the squad did not share any screenshot of the royal rats talking about it. Okay, so which means they stay silent. Okay, where do people learn to hate children so much? Okay, Angela Levine, so they tag Angela Levine. I blacked her. You see, I don't need these people. I blacked her because of dangerous rhetoric from royal pundits like you and others. Hatred and dangerous action are fomented like this. What you and others write helps driving this behavior. But I thought people in the UK are only racist toward black footballers. There's the rolling eyes. That's Joe Diva, one of the squad. But there is no racism in the UK. Better be life. Who is that? So I don't know who's that. Okay, you need to talk to your people. Of course, it's nothing to do with race, but I think these two forgot to say on code while on their podcast. Okay, maybe Charles will write character reference letter to the court in support of Nazi who wants to put down his grandson. Charles knew this when was that GM good morning, what's that GM. Okay, he stopped taking Harry's call. Okay, what's GM? Too many abbreviation on Twitter, I don't know. And they dared to strip Harry and Meghan's security. That's another thing here. That's the face of evil. Silent is complicit. If we as society do nothing when our neighbors are threatened, then we are complicit. The royal family's silence is complicit with the threat against the Sussexes, thanks to the court for disagreeing with the royal family. This is what I've been saying. Everything in the UK is gone, okay? Any means of integrity or should hold people accountable, it's all gone. Okay, IPSO, the institution, gone. The only thing that's holding the institution, the UK, and on a thread is the court. I've said this before. Okay, this is another example here. Okay, at least we the people are willing to protect the king's grandchildren from the Nazi. The king turned a blind eye when terrorists threatened them. This disgrace will be written down in history. This is the thing I don't think he's even thinking about. All of his misbehavior, all he wants is people to clap for him. What the F? And then forget about reality, forget about things that really happening. All he wants is people to cheer for him. This is so freaking ridiculous. Okay, anyone see Trevor Phillip? Then he said Britain ain't racist. Did he tag who's okay? That's in pound, not tag. Royal right is silent. There's the thing here. I don't see the squad bringing screenshot of them talking about it. Great news. Thanks for sharing. I wish that I could get a hand on the transcript or whatever went on the court. Okay, the UK media and Prince Harry extended family contributed to all this hate. The royal family social media account are a safe space for racism, misogyny, bigotry, xenophobia, and hate. They usually leave all the hateful comment about Harry and Meghan and the children. That's sad. Okay, so let's listen to this. It's 2 minutes.
Alone without my staff.
2 minutes and 16 seconds. Let's listen.
Alone without my staff, without Meg, I was confronted directly about my legal action. My father said it was massively damaging to the reputation of the family. How so? It makes our relationship with the media complicated. Complicated? There's a word. Anything you do affects the whole family, he said. One could say the same about all your actions and decisions.
Bingo. Yeah. All the things. If they knew the things that Harry was gonna do will affect the institution, but why they stirring? They're the one who started. If they had just leave Harry and Meghan alone, okay, Harry and Meghan were following protocol, they stay within their lane and do the work, just let them be. But they instigating, the royal family instigating and allowed, it's like the cause and effect. Okay, made Harry do some of the things that he had to do and made Meghan do some of the things she had to do. Alright, they intercept her letter, they force her to put a stop to talk to the father, stop talking to the media and all of that. Meanwhile, okay, this is the two faces of a snake. Meanwhile, they're instigating Meghan's family to go talk to the media. I mean, what kind of nonsense is that? I think I said it on my last video. Not this video, actually yesterday's recording, July 7th recording. What kind of thing is that? You want her to stop the father from talking to the media, but yet you instigating the father to go talk to the media. This is something I can never understand. And yet you telling Harry not to do anything. I mean, come on. It's like you handcuff the person and then you punching them and you saying to fight. What the hell is this? Alright, let's listen.
They affect us as well. Like, for instance, whining and dining the same editors and journalists who've been attacking me and my wife. The bee, or the wasp, jumped in to remind me one has to have a relationship with the press, sir. We've talked about this before. A relationship, yes, but not a sordid affair. I tried a new tack. Everyone in this family has sued the press, including Granny. Why is this any different? Chirping crickets. Silence.
And let's not forget as well. Charles have sued the papers. What's the other one? The sister, Princess Anne, had sued the paper. Alright, so now all of a sudden you're telling Harry and Meghan not to sue. How is that different? Because he knows he's part of the issues, in my humble opinion.
For more wrangling, and I said, we had no other option. And we wouldn't have had to do it if you'd all protected us.
That's it.
And protected the monarchy in the process. You're doing a disservice to yourselves by not protecting my wife. I looked around the table. Stony faces. Was it incomprehension? And
there's the thing here. Harry had warned them. If they had listened to Harry, I mean, this is like a freaking miracle that happened in the royal family. Okay, Harry have warned them, told them, and he's the youngest of, well, besides the great grandkids of the Queen. Forget that, but in Harry's generation, kind of thing, the youngest. For him to be the smartest. and then telling them the truth, how it will sort of benefit the institution. But they didn't listen. They're so much into hate. This is what made them, I mean, they've been doing the hating for centuries. Okay, look what they did around the world. But they will not listen to make a change. My goodness.
Cognitive dissonance? A long-term mission at play? Or did they really not know? Were they so deep inside a bubble, that they really hadn't fully appreciated how bad things were?
That remind me of that video that I did on this channel regarding, regarding journalism. It's a world full of lie, and I put them on a fishbowl. All of it inside of it are lying.
For instance, Tatler magazine quoting an old Etonian saying I'd married Meg because foreigners like her are easier than girls with the right background. About Meg, I was confronted than girls with the right background.
But yet, if you look at video 1, the way the brother is treating the wife, it's so freaking embarrassing.
Or the Daily Mail saying Meg was upwardly mobile because she'd gone from slaves to royalty in just 150 years.
My God.
Or the social media posts about her being a yacht girl and an escort.
The yacht girl is the other wife, what's the name? The Kate one. I have a picture of her, and there's article written about her about that. They think people are stupid. I mean, they probably could fool the people in the UK, but not the rest of the world. Once we start looking into their nonsense, we uncover their nonsense and show it to them.
Or calling her a gold digger and a whore and a bitch.
I think they're really describing some of, I don't want to name on this aspect, but this is not Meghan. Okay, Meghan is one of the richest women who marry into the institution.
Bitch and a slut and the N-word repeatedly. Some of those posts were in the comments section on the pages of all 3 palaces' social media accounts and still hadn't been expunged. Or the tweet that said, "Dear Duchess, I'm not saying that I hate you, but I hope your next period happens in a shark tank." Or the revelation of racist texts.
Okay, these are all baggage for God. That's all, baggage for God.
You know, there is a construct that's at play there, and because from the beginning of our relationship, they were so attacking and inciting so much racism, really. I mean, it changed the risk level because it wasn't just catty gossip. It was bringing out a part of people that was racist in how it was charged. And that changed the threat, that changed the level of death threats, that changed everything. You know, there is a construct.
Okay, this is the thing that Meghan was telling in the Oprah interview. All right, 3 years ago. Was it 3 years ago? When was the Oprah interview? 2020 or 2021? And then there's the arrest of those Nazi people.
It's at play there. And because from the beginning of our relationship, they were so attacking and inciting so much racism, really. I mean, it changed the risk level because it wasn't just catty gossip. It was bringing out a part of people that was racist in how it was charged. And that changed the threat, that changed the level of death threats, that changed everything. You know, there is
it's playing again. All right, remember we're making reference to this. Okay, this arrest. All right, let's read some more and then move on. And still the haters online and the British media will say Meghan didn't experience any racism in the UK. There's the rolling eye. Omid, you've been preaching about the racism that Meghan faced in the royal family, and now you got your flowers. Good the way it should be. Good. This is unacceptable conversation about anyone. Okay, so there's this. All right. Wonder just last week who was saying UK is not racist country, only to bring down Harry and Meghan experience in order to elevate hairline to sainthood. Okay, so there's that. We've seen this. BBC comedy portray Meghan Markle as trailer trash American who threatened to knife. Okay, baggage for God. Baggage for God. I mean, these people are fucking ridiculous. The Duchess of Cornwall opened the Daily Mail Chalk Valley History Festival. There's that. This Valentine, I cannot stand him. Baggage for God. It's that time of year, you know, when beautiful girls kiss ugly for... Okay, just read this nonsense. He's a fully baggage for God. Baggage for God. There's this, there's all of that. Okay, you could pause and read. All right, let's go to the next tweet. Okay, I hope this is recording because I had something going in the background. I hope it didn't mess it up. Next tweet, making the same reference again. Meghan faced the camera and said, quote, "You are literally trying to kill me. You are making people want to kill me. Am I safe? Are my kids safe?" But King Charles just laughed and took away their security after leaking their location. He's a freaking baggage for God, for sure. Neo-Nazi podcast host who targeted Harry and Meghan's son Archie, convicted of terror offenses. Christopher Gibbons and Tyrone Pattern Walsh were unmasked as the hosts of Neo-Nazi online podcast, which encouraged listeners to come. There's the word here. The podcast also criticized mixed-race relationship and branded Archie abdominant. That should be, there's the words here. That was July 7, 2023. Yesterday. Okay, Neo-Nazi podcast hosts targeted Harry and Meghan. They all are baggage for God. Baggage for God. Okay, just a reminder that King Charles currently pays the security for his pedophile brother Prince Andrew at the cost of £3 million a year. Okay, let's see here. King Charles, when they're at, I didn't really go over their report, the spending report. I brought it vaguely, but I didn't really go over it. I would like to see how it was mentioned in their report, if they even mentioning it at all. Okay, this one is dated December 19, 2022. King Charles to likely pay for Prince Andrew's private security after refusing to do so for Harry. Monarchy expected to foot £3 million bills for guards and are more likely to irritate the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. God is good. God is good. The Duke of York's private security bill is likely to be funded by the King, despite the monarch's refusal to pay for Prince Harry's protection. Prince Andrew is to be stripped of his taxpayer-funded Metropolitan Police protection as he no longer performs public duties. His own personal protection officer will be replaced by private security guard at an estimated cost of up to £3 million a year. The King is expected to foot the bill as the Duke has no discernible regular income. Baggage for God. Why Creighton burns me up on thinking about it. A cruel man. It's enraging what they went through. I hope karma gives Charles, William, and Kate everything they deserve. Right, let's see here. Well, Charles' cup already full, and that's why he prays so much. Not to the God we know. Not to the same God we know, because these people, the amount of evilness within their system, within their own inner core, it's not the same God as us. Harry said he prays a lot. You know why? Because he is an evil man who has committed so many atrocities and wants to avert judgment on earth. What? Where did that come from? That's why he prays a lot, hoping to avert consequences of abuse and neglect and murder. God knows. That's all I know. King Charles III will hear. Why call me Lord and do not the things I say? Depart from me. I never knew who. Okay, and then his father banished him to third row and put Camilla's family front row, and you staying on royal ground, and security is wrong. Okay, all for baggage for God. God knows. Nothing to worry about that. But sometimes our human nature needs to come out. It pop, and we forgot. Alright, so Miss Son Harriman tweeted that as well. Neo-Nazi podcast host who target Harry and Meghan's son Archie, convicted of terror offenses, UK News, Sky News. Okay, so I'm gonna read that one. The one in Yahoo didn't have anything. Okay, I blame the royal family. Had they stood up when the racism started, then maybe these two animals would have dared to say anything. They stay silent because it benefit them. And you can't say anything when you are actually the ones pushing the hate. Okay, no doubt the bigotry British media helped to invite them, sadly. Okay, where they belong, these filthy people think they're better than who? Alright, let me guess, they are also incels. Okay, this took place while Meg was pregnant and during the first few months of Archie's life. Meg could be my daughter and my heart cries for her. And I'm telling you, the amount of pain that you could imagine that she went through. And let's not forget Miss Doria, to see her daughter, her only child, going through that. Let's not forget that as well. Miss Doria went through hell as well, and she cannot do anything. whatever, I'm sure she did her part in praying and give as much good advice as possible to Harry and Meghan. Okay, Meg could be my daughter, and my heart cries for her and her family. The perpetrators were only arrested in 2020 and jailed last September. I hope they get a long sentence. All right, so let's read this. That's why I clicked on it on my. Oh, can I read that? Okay, so let's see here. I'll leave the link in the description. Oh, okay, I was gonna say they didn't say much. Okay, neo-Nazi podcast host who targeted Harry and Meghan's son Archie, convicted of terror offenses. Christopher Gibbons and Tyrone Paddon Walsh were unmasked as the hosts of neo-Nazi online podcast, which encouraged listeners to commit violence. The podcast also criticized mixed-race relationship and branded Archie as a quote abomination that should be put down. Okay, this is written by Seba Jackson, news reporter. Friday, 7 July 2023, yesterday. Okay, the host of a neo-Nazi podcast who launched an attack on the Duke and Duchess of Sussex son, Archie, have been convicted of terrorism offenses. Christopher Gibbons, 38, and Tyrone Paddon Walsh, 34, both faced jail after being found guilty of encouraging act of terrorism on Friday following a trial at Kensington Crown Court. Okay, Gibson described Archie as, there's this here, and the podcast, which the pair used to voice their hatred of mixed-race marriages. Baggage for God, baggage for God. He called the prince to be prosecuted and judicially, oh my God. Baggage for God, treason, jury heard. Oh, so it was a jury trial. Okay. Jurors heard. The pair also, it wasn't one judge who made the decision, so it was a jury trial, so that's good. Okay, jury heard. The pair also endorsed the murder of Labour MP Joe Cox in 2016. What the hell is wrong with these people? Everything is to put down? I mean, these people are freaking sick. They are sick in the head. Remember how I keep on saying each one of us have something to contribute, but these people are there to just destroy. They're just there to destroy. Don't give life a chance to do certain things. My God. Okay, there's this here. They also made vile remark. I skipped some stuff here. Okay, they also made vile remark about victim of Manchester Arena. Oh my God. Both men air homophobic, racist, anti-Semitic, Islamophobia, and misogynistic opinion on some occasion, encouraging their listeners to oh my God. Alright, baggage for God. Okay, you know what? The link will be in the description. You could read. Okay, so maybe wait. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, he uploaded videos to the library between March 2019 and February 2020, the court heard. Okay, I skipped some stuff. Okay, Gibbon and Paddon Walsh produced 21 episodes of their podcast, which had almost 1,000 subscribers, with its content viewed more than 152,000 times. An investigation by the Metropolitan Police Counter-terrorism Command found some of the content breached terrorism legislation, leading to the pair being arrested in May 2021 and charged on 16 August in the same year. They were both tried for 8 counts of encouraging acts of terrorism, each relating to a separate podcast episode. Ah, so each of the things that they did, okay, I see here. Gibbon was also tried for 2 counts of dissemination of terrorist publication. Both men deny and were convicted of all charges against them. Okay, that remind me of the guy, I think I have it bookmarked. The guy, I think he retired, one of those counter-terrorist police people who talk about some people have been charged and prosecuted. That's what this remind me of. Dedicated and unapologetic white supremacists. During the trial, prosecutor Ann White QC said of the defendants, they are men who hold extreme right-wing views. They are dedicated and unapologetic white supremacists. Quote, they thought that if they used the format of a radio show as good as in plain sight, they could pass off their venture as a legitimate exercise of their freedom of speech. In fact, that's in quote, in fact, what they were doing was using language designed to encourage others to commit acts of extreme right-wing terrorism against the section of society that these defendants hated. Biggins of Coshelton, South London, and Pattern Walsh of Wemford, Essex, have been remanded in custody to be sentenced at the court on 26 September. Speaking after the sentence was passed, Commander Dominic Murphy said, quote, Gibbon and Pattern Walsh thought that the fact they were airing their hateful views and advocating terrorist act in plain sight on a radio and podcast platform somehow gave them some legitimacy and meant they won't face any consequences. Quote, they were wrong, and both our investigation and a jury has found that they sought to encourage terrorism and how they expressed their abhorrent extreme right-wing views. During the course of the investigation, detectives reviewed hundreds of hours of materials, and the result of their work was the compelling case that was presented at court, which has resulted in their conviction. Commander Murphy urged anyone who posts extreme content online to report it to the police, adding, quote, information from the public is vitally important in our fight against terrorism. Wow. This is the part that's holding on a thread. This is the part that's holding on a thread in the UK, the court system. But everything else, I don't know. Okay, I read that. No doubt, the bigoted British media helped to invite them, sadly. I wonder how they're gonna approach the media. Well, there's Harry who's suing them right now. Who knows? Maybe there might be other things that's filed, because these people just go on left and right without any concern. Okay, where they belong, these filthy people think they're better than who? Let me guess. Or they also incel. Okay, I feel like I read this, so let's move on. Alright, so there's that here. Looks like, okay, I did something here. Something happened. Alright, so something messed up here. Let me copy the first few sentences and see if I find it. Something messed up with the link. Alright, let's do this. Search for the, okay, so that's the one that's messed up. Let's copy this, put it right back. 57. Oh, the parenthesis, I see where I messed up. The parenthesis got in the way. Okay, it looks like it's something else. I see where I messed up. Okay, it's two different things here. I think this is within it. Let me see something here. It's a tweet of a retweet. So this is what I had, and then I went on that. Luckily I copied this. Okay, it started here. That's for missing. Okay, so let's just go straight to that, whatever I had before. Okay, so there were many serious credible threats against Meghan Markle, emanating from the far right. Absolutely. Former head of counter-terrorism for the Met Police, Neil Basu, tells Kathy Newman about the disgusting and very real threat Prince Harry and Meghan Markle faced. Okay, let me delete this part here. Alright, so let's listen to this. It's 1 minute and 17 seconds. It will be...
You were in charge of royal protection. How would you characterize the threats that Meghan and Harry received?
Well, disgusting and very real. I've talked publicly for many years about the threat of extreme right-wing terrorism in this country. I've often been misquoted as taking my eye off the ball, as though I think that that was the biggest threat. I've never called it the biggest threat, but it was the fastest growing. You know, and my wonderful friend and counterpart at MI5 will tell you exactly the same thing, that when I started in CT in 2015, counterterrorism, it was about 6% of our total workload. Certainly when I left 15, 16 months ago, it was over 20% of our workload.
But there were many serious, credible threats against Meghan, were there, emanating from the far right?
Absolutely. If you'd seen the stuff that was written and you were receiving it, the kind of rhetoric that's online, if you don't know what I know, you would feel under threat all of the time.
So you were convinced that there was a genuine threat to Meghan's life on on more than one occasion, on several occasions?
We had teams investigating it. People have been prosecuted for those threats.
Wow. Okay, let's see here. There's here. I find some of the commentary coming out of the Home Office inexplicable. Assistant Commissioner for the Met Police, Neil Basu, tells that some Secretary Sula Braverman language about her dreams of sending immigrants to Rwanda is horrific. 37 seconds on this.
The Home Office is run by a woman of Indian heritage.
I find some of the commentary coming out of the Home Office inexplicable.
You think you have the dream to send refugees to Rwanda, for example?
Yes.
What kind of impact did that have on you, that kind of language?
It is unbelievable to hear a succession of very powerful politicians who look like this talking in language that my father would have remembered from 1968. It's horrific.
Those people in the UK, it's almost like Clarence Thomas. They benefit from the system, and then once they get to their whatever position they are, they just pull the ladder right after them. Okay, let's see here. A Home Office spokesperson said the Home Secretary is, quote, very clear about the need to manage our borders effectively and have an asylum system that works for those in genuine need. When you look at the behavior, the act, okay, words is one thing, okay, but behavior is another. When you look at what happened in with the war, Ukraine, all those immigrants from Ukraine, they accept, but when it comes to other place who's looking for asylum and things like that, you see what they did. Just look at action. Word matters and action also matters. Okay, so this one is going on. You can watch full report here, so I don't need to do that. We got the most important things. We've been saying this for years, but no one believes us. It wasn't just trolls with nothing better to do. It was people creating entire accounts dedicated to abuse and threatening her life. Some of those accounts are still on this platform. Kensington royal family. This is why the so-called family allowed and then proceed to take away their security, and now are not allowed them to fully fund proper security every time they are in the UK. Who need enemies when your own family members allow this to happen? Iman Holmes on national television asking for Harry and Meghan to be thrown. Yep, I remember that. Alright, I said it's baggage for God, and every now and then I keep on seeing that something happened to him. He fall here, he's at the hospital again. That's his baggage. Iman Holmes blasts with backlash for inciting murder after calling for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to be thrown over the balcony. I mean, when you have people on national television saying all of this, what is going to happen to these people? Okay, it's almost the same thing with those two people on the radio. Alright, I'll come to this. Okay, remember when Meghan wrote letter to the palace explaining that it was clear to her that her and Archie's safety wasn't a priority to them, but begged them not to remove Harry's security. Not only did they remove it, they also leaked their exact location to the Daily Mail. That's the thing, when they were in Canada. Okay, the British royal family, tagged them, King Charles III and Prince William are deliberately exposing Prince Harry, Duchess Meghan and their kids to white supremacist Nazi threat. Why did they strip them their security knowing this threat? They love to call other people terrorists, other groups terrorists. Okay, when you look at their action and their behavior, you tell me who's the true terrorist. Alright, let's go into this. Okay. Is there a clip anywhere of this? Yeah, GMB ITV continue to give those racist platform to spill their bio. And then our loving God answer by breaking his back. Was it Holmes? Oh my gosh, there's this. The response from the racist royal family. He won't be able to do it. He gets out of breath opening a sharing packet of Doritos. Okay, alright, so let me get out of this. Okay, because there's other important things to share. Okay, remember when Meghan would, okay, let's go into that. Okay, I don't think they care about Harry or the poor child's safety. They obviously want the black grandchild removed from the bloodline. You know what, with God's help, okay, he was meant to be. Okay, he was meant to be. This is all baggage for God. Okay, so much to say, I'll just package it and give it to God. That's God's work here. Okay, imagine the mistress Camilla had security protection long before she married Chuck. She was nobody and not a royal, but a Home Office didn't reject her protection. But Met Police and Home Office still want to provide Harry and Meghan protection, while in the UK, royal family and UK government are on the wrong side together. Keep in mind, what is it? What do they call this? Ravik? There's some people that were there and Charles removed and put his own people there. Okay, it's almost like, the way that I see it, it's almost as if it's Charles who's running the show, but put some figurehead to be the face. Okay, but Charles is in the back. dictating what to do. I spoke about it on PYTE, security, and all of that. I'm laughing now. This is why my channel is not doing well in the financial department. Okay, because I'm spilling the beans, the truth that's happening here. Go on PYTE, it's demonetized. For whatever reason they have on me. Alright, this is what's going on. Him and Charles and what's his name, Andrew, teamed together. That's when the Queen was alive. Teamed together to remove one of the Queen's secretary and put their own, which is something Young. Okay, and then Young become the person who's pretty much doing what Charles wants to happen. Okay, and then you see all the debacle with the security and stuff like that, and he probably will be the fallout person, and then Charles just stay in the back. Okay, there's that. So typical of that family. And this is why I said, baggage for God. We package it and say, God, this is too much for us human to handle. This is yours. Deal with it the best way you know how. Okay, I smell of that. And we still want to believe this man had nothing to do with the death of his first wife. I'm telling you. The other one, let me shut my mouth. Better watch out. Okay, I support Meghan and Harry, but they now live abroad and are quite capable of paying their own security. And they've been telling them, yes, they want to pay for their own security. There is no proof who leaked it. Could be anyone. Let's see what they say here. He wants to pay, but to visit here, after the amount of death threat received here, he needs UK police protection, which will include secret intelligence, which they won't let him have or pay for. His own family don't give a hoot. Imagine how he feels knowing that. Okay, that's the truth, by the way. This is why all the other women quit on Harry. Their safety and the media. Yep, this whole situation is so sad. So they were clearing a path for that's fine. All the New York thing, the chase. Yep, that's exactly that. This is exactly that. Okay, I don't know what it is, but it's brewing. Eventually it will come out. Okay, if the people in the UK can't really abolish the monarchy, but whatever they have done to Harry, in addition to what they've done to Princess Diana, is gonna add up, and then it's just gonna explode in their face. Explode meaning that they can't handle the nonsense that's gonna happen, and then eventually they're gonna have to leave. The monarchy will be abolished. The Scots already have it. They don't want them. Okay, we have seen something like this before. Is this the same technique that was used on Di? She was hounded to death, but this goal seems more blatant. All of your tweets should be alarm derangers, but the last line should be their wake-up call, potentially setting your own son and his family up to harm. Wow, they, royal family, are disgusting. No wonder they left. Okay, the best part about that is we know she'll have receipt. Okay, what was the last line? Okay, threat Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's face. Okay, where was I? Which one did I read? Okay, the British royal family, King Charles III. I read that. What is that? The royal and VIP executive committee. There's the RAVIC thing, which bring together representatives from the Metropolitan Police, the Home Office, Buckingham Palace, and where appropriate, the security services meet regularly to consider the level of protection needed for senior royals. The Sussexes received taxpayers-funded police protection when they were working royals, but lost this when they stepped back in March 2020. Remember, what's the other one? Charles' brother, Andrew. He's not a working royal, but yet he got all of that. The Royal and VIP Executive Committee, RAVIC, made the decision that once he had stepped back, the protection he received during visit to the UK will depend on the circumstances of the trip. Harry and Meghan have private security for their home in Montecito, California, where they live with 2-year-old Archie and 8-month-old little Beth, who has never been to the UK. Following today's procedural hearing, the court will decide which materials relating to the case will be kept private and which can be made public. It is not yet clear when or if decision itself will be reviewed. Okay, when was that? It argued that personal protective security for the prince is still considered by UK authorities on a case-by-case basis due to his exceptional status. This depends on the reason for his presence in Britain and the functions he carries out when present. This is why he just needs to not say a damn thing when he's coming. Okay, and this is why they wanted to know when was that? They wanted what, 8 weeks or couple months in advance when he's coming or something like that, so they could plan their nonsense. God is good. Okay, all they care about is becoming kings. They think they're better than everyone, but they'll watch people starving and sleeping on the street, not giving them a second look. They're all about what they can get. Abolish the monarchy. Scottish independence. They say God worked in mysterious way. What he did was to give them the ability to make their own money, to be able to form their own security, possible tighter and safer than the royal family will have afforded, and more trustworthy. It is any wonder the royal family look the way they do. Okay, I hope he goes viral so people can finally see true colors of Kensington Royal. We know why. They were hoping for the same outcome as Prince Harry's mom. His family sure is vile. That explains why they are scared of Harry's book, as they should, will all the terrible things they did to Harry and Meghan and their children. My goodness. And then they claim they were welcome. Okay, let's pause. 39 seconds it is. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, even wrote letters to, okay, I read this somewhere. Security decisions are based on level of threat, not job or status. Royal family allow their security to be taken away, knowing very well the white supremacists their threat. Meghan even wrote letters to the family. Royal family is endangering them. You never know this. You know what? Let me not say what I'm thinking.
On the security element, I never thought that I would have my security removed because I was born into this position. I inherited the risk. So that was a shock to me. That was what completely changed the whole plan. Not
So
that we had
that
a plan.
you, as Prince Harry,
Yeah.
are going to have your security removed.
Yeah, and I even wrote letters to his family saying, please, it's very
On the security
so-
element,
clear.
All right, so that's 10 comment here. Oh my God, I'm taking more of this. There's so many good response here. They are terrible people. The racist royal family wanted to Diana. The squad been saying that way before we knew all of this were coming out. We knew that. And this is why you see all of my videos, I put prayers at the end, except for those short videos where, I took from the main video. You don't see the prayers, but we saw the danger. The racist royal family wanted to Diana, Duchess Meghan. God is good. The royal family did not refute this. That spoke volume to anyone on tune and to this part of the conversation. They exhibited they didn't care about Harry or his little family then. They shown no visible sign of caring about them now. Words are cheap. Action speaks volume. UK complaint equal noise. Just saying. Yeah. Good. The security of the royal family is paid for by the British taxpayers. Harry and Meghan don't want to be part of the royal family or serve this country. They can't have it both ways. This is the thing they keep on saying. Yes, but they say they want to pay for it. So the money aspect is not the issue. Okay, just remember, Harry is blood prince. Okay, and he's willing to use his own money to take care of it. Oh, that was back in 2022. That was okay. Let me read this and then move on. I forgot about this. Okay, so that's what they were saying back then. I didn't come across this. The security of the royal family is paid for by the British taxpayer. Harry and Meghan don't want to be part of the royal family or serve this country. They can't have it both ways. And I'm sure with the hundreds of millions they are earning, they can afford their own security. They answer that now. They've been telling you guys that they want to pay for it. So this is not the issue here. The same thing with the Frogmore cottage. Yeah, what did the family want Harry to do with their threats and no security? Be a jolly target for murder, except that his family will let him, his wife, and his children be killed for duty to the crown outside of war. He's a soldier, but that is too much. They left to live. Okay, so let's leave this. Let's go back. There were. Alright, let's do this. Okay, I might have at least 3 or 4 videos, which I need because I need to stack up, because we're gonna go another mini getaway next month, so I need to start stacking up videos for you guys. The Rota clowns are very quiet since news broke out about the 2 podcasters who targeted Archie, or convicted of terror offenses, it's if they have a hate campaign against the Sussexes and a favorable news toward them is always ignored. Okay, so that's a GIF. Wish to podcasters. Neo-Nazi podcast host who targeted Harry and Meghan's son Archie, convicted of terror offenses. Okay, Christopher Gibbs. I read these already. You could pause your screen and read that. So true. I noticed the same thing. Not a whisper in the Time or the Telegraph. Shame on them. Okay, I'm sure the royal family will have some inside source of hate crime on them. Sussex Squad. The Brits out to watch the Aussie film Nightingale, in a marvelous telling of the colonizer, utter contempt of people of color, a naked look at suffering, colonialism, and humanity's evil among us. All right, next tweet. That was a short one. It seems like there's more comment. I'll stop there. Next tweet from, okay, I shared this already. I'm not gonna go through it. I only bookmark it so I could read some of the comments here from the squad. Okay, whatever is here, that's all I'm gonna read. It's not that long. This is from Royal Suitor. Former UK head of counter-terrorism said right-wing terrorists were investigated and prosecuted for, quote, serious credible threats against Harry and Meghan. Today, 2 British neo-Nazi who called for assassination of this here. All right, you could read the rest. Okay, and were convicted. Okay, there's this. Breaking. Buckingham Palace says, anyone? Yep, everybody stays quiet. Right-wing terrorists often mask up as broadcasters for right-wings or even mainstream programs and use their platform to unleash terror by inciting hate on a daily basis. We see them. They're just not as stupid as these two to reference actual administering physical violence. Okay, Harry's so-called family's response to all of this was unforgivable and unforgettable. Okay, and that board did not want to believe it, but how do you call that guy a liar? She couldn't, but she did ask 3 times. She sucks. Okay, all of this onslaught of hate started with the British royal family, who play a dirty game of trading stories, truth or lies, and exchange for UK media tabloid favor. If they didn't trade info about Harry and Meghan, selling them out to the media, Prince Harry and Meghan wouldn't have to clear their names. That's right. That's it. They're all the one who started it. Okay, I'll come to this. So horrific. What then happened to Jeremy Clarkson, Iman Holmes, and Piers Morgan? Well, Piers Morgan is, we need to wait and see what the judge said regarding that class action lawsuit which Harry is part of. Let's see what happened. But the rest, baggage for God. If the UK don't do what needs, don't do the right thing. Okay, for the horrific abuse about, in particular, Meghan, nothing. Okay, that's just 2 of too many. I hope many more are brought to justice. Good, but recollection may vary. The only thing that will classify her is to remove her from her husband, and the society has been working diligently, though unsuccessfully, to that end since the day they learned that Harry and Meghan were a couple. One of the people said that Harry and Meghan left in 2020. Okay, tag a whole bunch, and the rest of the tabloid press, along with know the truth but lies to their viewers 24/7. Okay, so let's see this one comment here. Okay, so there's that. Let me not go back into that. There was one I said I wanted to go back. Okay, William, especially Charles' brother and father, are directly responsible for the hate inflicted upon his innocent grandchildren. William and Charles will always be protected, not from the Lord. I mean, I don't know how, I can't really speak on behalf of God, but the most protection that we need for Harry and Meghan is the Lord. Okay, I wonder if they sleep at night knowing they're responsible for the hate Archie and Lily received, sick individual. Alright, so that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. Alright, I'm almost an hour here. I have more tweets to share. There's Royal Suitor again. Quote, even if, for the sake of argument, I accept that Pa and Willy and their staff had never done one overt things against me or my wife, their silence was an undeniable fact, and that silence was damning and continue and hot trending. Prince Harry, spare. Alright, I have a screenshot of this. I sometimes share it when I'm talking about some of the threat they face. Far-right teen who branded Prince Harry raised straight to jail for 4 years. Okay, that was back in 2019. Okay, you could read the rest. And then neo-Nazi podcast, that was yesterday, who targeted Harry and Meghan's son Archie, convicted of terror offenses. Christopher Gibbons and Tyrone Pattern Walsh were unmasked as the hosts of neo-Nazi online podcasts which encouraged listeners to commit violence. The podcast also criticized a mixed-race relationship and branded Archie as, quote, alright, so there's that. Okay, they endorsed the racism and hate by their silence. Alright, let's see here.
Alone, without my staff, without Meg, I was confronted directly about my legal action. My father said it was massively damaging to the reputation of the family. How so? It makes our relationship with the media complicated. Complicated? There's a word.
Okay, I shared this already, so let's not waste time on that.
There is
There's
a
this as well.
construct that's at play there, and because from the beginning of our relationship, they were so attacking and inciting so much racism, really. I mean, it changed the risk level because it wasn't just catty gossip. It was bringing out a part of people that was racist in how it was charged. And that changed the threat, that changed the level of death threats, that changed everything. You know?
Okay. Let's see for comment under that. Okay. This is so bad. Hearing Harry speak makes quite a difference to reading the book. Those people are wicked. I don't know how or even if Harry and Meghan will or should forgive them. That's up to them. Okay, if you have nothing nice to say, then staying silent is the best option. Probably. Okay, there are now 5 racists convicted of threatening Harry's family, yet they've been denied security, and there's been 0 condemnation from the royal family. William can speak up for strangers who are verbally abused, but has said nothing about death threat to his flesh and blood. He's a baggage for God. Okay, I'm not gonna go into that. Okay, the royal family. The royals love to sabotage each other, but once the death threat increased in 2018 and people started getting arrested in 2019 for trying to harm the Sussexes, that's when the firm and family should have put aside their pettiness to protect them. They didn't, which speaks volume. Exactly. Silent is complicit. Alright, silent is actually heard. I understand it. His choice if he wants a relationship with his father or family. But it's clear what their intentions are. He's not going back, especially now. Yep, sometimes silence is louder than 1,000 words. They were silent and let it happen, and they let it all happen. They should have to speak up and did not. I think the silence hurt so much. Yep. Okay, it was more sinister than mere silence. Do you see when, like, the wife is going somewhere, the third in the marriage, he's making that white symbol thing here? Baggage for God. Baggage for God. It was more sinister than mere silence. Palace staff acted at the behest of and in the interest of senior royals and planting false stories about the Sussexes that fed right into racist tropes. Silent indicated royal approval, same as in the case of Clarkson article. Exactly. That's exactly that. Okay, silent is also an answer. The fact that his father decided to pull their security without informing them is telling. All this, they all add up. You nailed it. Feeding the Nazi and tabloid created what the firm wanted all along. Same to Diana. I don't think they care. Yeah. Baggage for God. Okay, Charles and William unfortunately won't change. In their eyes, they are above everyone and above all wrongs that they have committed and the wrongs that they still commit. Their silence speaks a totally hateful, arrogant, and laughable volume. However, they all see through. Yep. The question I honestly have for the royal family, the UK press, royal voters, and the MAB hate fest, lynch billion of dollars industry mongers is King Charles III is a so-called sovereign now. Prince Harry and his family much beloved. King Charles III had claimed, yet Harry and Meghan were evicted and 0 security. Baggage for God. Okay, so there's this again. I'm not gonna play it. Silent is complicit. British media as bad as these 2 young races. Hence, British media are very quiet on these 2. But yet, I'm pretty sure if you're in the UK, some of the things you're hearing on the news have nothing in that. Talking some nonsense that make no difference on people's life. But instead, to keep their attention away. This is really sad. Truth is, reasonable people can see what's going on with that family, and it's really disappointing. Okay, poor Harry, he must be heartbreaking with the treatment he had and still has from his family. This is the type of crap that most celebrities get. It's wrong and evil. The palace will get lots of threat against them. These are dealt with by police, and investigation putting out statement may just increase the number of paying attention to their horrific people. During the constant trashy tabloid attack, I was asked myself the same thing. Quote, why doesn't the royal family put out a statement? Can they deny the lies? Little I knew they were behind the attacks. Okay, so that's that. Next tweet. It is sad. I mean, they're making it worse for themselves, because at some point, this thing, I don't know, might boomerang back to them. Alright, this is Henry VIII. Okay, quote, Meghan Markle just didn't get it. She wanted everyone to bow to her. Me? Can you give me an example? These people are crazy. He blocked me. Yeah, I was seeing some crazy stuff like that. Okay, I saw something like that. I just blocked. I didn't bother to interact. Alright, the bowing, there's this. No one, what is it? There's this, when they were introducing Meghan, she had that purple dress, and that lady wanted to bow to her, and she actually said no. Okay, she's not about that. No one in America thinks that should be a thing. You don't bow in California thinking human should bow to another. The way they project everything on Meghan. Always, there's that, there's the laugh. I always tell people, give me proof that she is a bully or whatever they claim about her. Then I kindly remind them she had cameras recording on her for Netflix, the Cut, podcast, paparazzi, plenty of time to catch her red-handed on her behavior. They can't. Right, they are trying to use reverse psychology. Meghan got neck strain from all the pretentious and outdated bowing and bow out. Especially when she said that she doesn't care about title for herself, as she has lived without it her whole life. Okay, it wasn't her origin. I'm telling you, Meghan came the right time in Harry's life, because if she had married someone in the UK who's used to the title and stuff, that would have been giving them a hard time to leave, because they're so used with all of this and they want it, and now they finally in that social class. And you could see from someone, I'm not gonna mention name, who's, you know, getting humiliated every day in public with the husband, but still sticking around being humiliated. Okay, Meghan was like, hey, if you're going, I'm going too. Okay, especially when she said she doesn't care about, okay, I read that, wasn't her original sin that she will hug people. Entire article written about breaking protocol. Never fell. Totally nonsense. Meghan wanted everyone to bow to her so much to the British press went to town with her closing a car door, as in she broke protocol. Whatever. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. I actually read everything. This is different topic. I'm almost done. 3 more tweets after this. I'm already an hour. Okay, so there's Henry VIII again. People will post 100 tweets a day about the Sussexes, full of hatred, but if you dare tweet about Will and Kate, is automatically think of the children. Annoying. I never found a true double duchess account. You never have to scroll very far back to find an excuse as to why criticism of Meghan is valid but criticism of Kate is not. There's this. That was last year. Okay, my face hurt from smiling since I saw this pic today. That was, I think that was that last year? Maybe not. I feel like I saw this before. I think that was last year. Archie is not Archie. Lily is not there, so that must have been last year. This is so cute. Look how tall he is. Alright, let's bookmark this. Okay, there's 2 comments here. I think that was last year. The photo is from last year. Yep, I saw this already. Yep, that was last year. Lily was too young for that. Okay, there's the laugh. Think of the white children. The children they deliberately put in the public eye and force them to shake hand and with strangers. Think of those children. Sure, they wanna dish but can't take the fire. Get the F out of here. Alright, I hope Kate has the self-awareness to know that if these fans were willing to turn on Harry, an actual prince by blood, the king's son, Diana's boy, they will have no problem turning on her when the time comes. She doesn't get that. Yeah, how many quote you're talking a load of bollocks tweet do you get? Alright, I don't know what is that. Let's see here. I think of all their children, they all need to grow up in healthy, functional family. Right now, it feels like no one will be happy until Meghan. Okay, that's a baggage for God. I don't need to finish with that. Okay, you know what, let me leave that alone. Okay, I really don't like to talk about children. There's too many things about children on this. One thing I always say is for William's children, because of Princess Diana, I give a second look to say I hope miracles strike them the same way it strike Harry, because common sense doesn't exist on those parents over there, and I hope common sense strike those kids and make them be fully aware of the nonsense that's going on and to make proper judgment. Okay, so that's that. Next tweet. There is something about playing polo that gets Harry in the mood. No wonder he was thanking the horses when Archie was born. That's true. And then the horses were shaking their head in agreement with him. Alright, so there's those kids here. All I'm thinking is Natural trying to give Harry the trophy. She should have put it in order. That was first, this is second, and then this one was last year. Okay, I know this was hard for you to tweet, Sour. Okay, I'm showing up for my new friend. You have been very graceful to your nemesis recently. You may be rewarded at this rate. Keep up the good work. This is the squad just making fun. Okay, not thinking the horses when Archie was born. That's hilarious. The horses, it all makes sense now. Are you okay? I know this was a difficult tweet for you. Love them like family. Alright, that's the laugh. Let's go to the next one. Almost done. Winding down. I have to make sure to insert some tweet from the previous recording. I want to insert here. Looking back at the fashion Diana wore to polo match over the years. All right, so this is some am I following him? No, I'm not. So a lot of the squad are following. So I won't be quiet. Let me follow this person, because there's a tweet, I guess he's planning on putting out some of the clothing that Princess Diana wore during polo matches. Okay, coming soon, Diana's best polo looks. Okay, looking forward to it. David, thanks in advance. Okay, there's this saying leave it alone, and the squad come. Stop telling people what to do, Lauren, and get with your own life. I mean, just don't follow people. Look at this. I want to know, so I follow this person. Alright, so this is my last one. I don't want to read any more of these tweets here. Next tweet. Okay, Diana was right. Let's pause. Diana was right. Little did she know Harry is having all the fun. Alright, 16 seconds. Let's go.
Harry will go. Alright, Harry will have all the fun then. No, it's right.
Princess Diana knew how to get into him. All she had to say is this for him to run to her. He's a baggage for God.
Harry will go.
Alright, so that's that. This is hilarious. Can't stop laughing. Okay, I know. What makes me chuckle is the no. I've used that sound so many times in other videos on Pure YTE. No. You know, he's upset that Harry is enjoying his life. In one comment I was reading, there's a possibility, I don't know, he might give it all up, trying to fetch some of the limelight that Harry is getting. But little did he know, you have to have some sort of a skills to be doing things. He thinks that his title's gonna make it happen for him. And then the access to all of the money that he's inherited, this may not come with him. It will be left for the next in line. So I hope he understands his position, if this is what he plans on doing. Okay, whatever's there, that's it. I guess that's the only statement that I've heard from Diana that I will disagree with. She used Harry to manipulate William, who is already jealous of Harry. I mean, that was way back, and to get him to comply and do what he needs to do, she had to say, let's go. Do you want her to just stand there or just screaming her lung out? She knows what worked. Alright, I think most parents use the same tactic when a child isn't listening. Example, no TV for you. That's true. You're going to have to go to bed early. You're not going to get to go out and play. Don't finish your dinner. No dessert for you. Exactly. Yeah. Alright, so that's it. Imagine people losing their mind over Lily's dress, comparing her from grown women KKK Charlotte, Louis, and George. Then they check the weather to find out why Lily was wearing socks. Oh my God, racist royal family. Derangers, are you okay? So let's see here. Royal News Network. There's been a lot of talk and wondering why Lily had a winter clothes, and I did a bit of research and found that the 4th was a rather cold one at 68 with a low of 58. If it was the morning, it will be even colder, so I don't see anything wrong with her outfit, though it does look more British inspired than what I see most parents put their kids in for the 4th. There's a tons of cute outfit for kids, so in that way it is a bit of a weird look. What the hell is this? Royal News Network? Who the hell is that? So they did that research on all of this. Look at the guy in the back with the sweater, the hoodie. Oh my God, they don't know what to do. The Rangers are, was it ST ridiculous? They don't have lives. Okay, the RNN handle is the word ish. One that has a whole YouTube channel slandering Meghan. The one that took selfie with Catherine during coronation week. Okay, I don't know anything about them. Kate's bestie doesn't mind throwing wax at Harry and Meghan as long they don't come back to her. They all her baggage forgot. Okay, just seem like there's a lot of reported strangeness with some account and aggressive spamming by those on Team Sussex, at least on my account. Some of it has been quite ugly. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, but it's been rather unpleasant. I mean, this is the same thing Meghan and some of the squad have been saying about their own thing. Wow. You don't know when you're throwing this stuff out, this negativity out, it hurt people's feeling. Well, it's not me. I don't even bother following these people because I don't want this unnecessary headache. Okay, toddler fashion police. There's the rolling eye. John Rivers is looking down proud. Where is it? What's R stand for? What's W and B? Okay, too many abbreviation. I don't even know what it stands for. Just like every other kid in America on July 4th. What's the problem? There's that. It was 96 degrees with a heat index of 103 degrees in North Carolina today, and my 5-year-old wore leggings under her maxi dress. Why? Because she wanted to, and I knew I would endanger her. The fact that they are policing a 2-year-old outfit is banana. The sad thing about it, these are grown women with their own kids. Alright, there's this parent in the USA having been dressing that little girls like this for more than 70 years. She looked cute. Well, they dress their kids the way they want. Okay, that's all. So that was the nonsense that was going on a couple days ago regarding Lily's dress. My goodness, this is the thing. They want to see Harry and Meghan's kid. They begging to see it, and then when they see it, this is the nonsense that they're talking about. My goodness. Petrolina Wyatt, Camilla's friend, said publicly that Prince Harry is pretending to be a happy person, like he was happy in UK. What? Harry was miserable, and I think Harry was at a brink, and Meghan came at the right time in his life to give him something to look forward to, because this guy, from what I've read so far, I don't think he was in a good place. So Meghan came in the right time in his life to brighten up his day. Okay, first it was divorce, and now is pretending to be happy. She knows nothing, literally nothing about Harry and Meghan's life, feeling, etc. Alright, so that's the screenshot. Petrolina Wyatt, a friend of Camilla, said that publicly, despite the difficulties, Harry was pretending to be a happy person. One of the things that I said when I was putting this together is that when Harry went to the coronation, he even had his hanger, his clothes hanger at hand to get the hell out of there. So what the hell? He had all the opportunity to stay in the UK. Why didn't he stay? Meghan wasn't there to force him to stay. Prince Harry likened to an actor, as experts say, he's just pretending to be happy in US. Whatever. Okay, trash that lives miles away in the UK also desperate for people to believe that Harry, that they know nothing about, isn't happy in US. She's so desperate for people to believe that Harry is unhappy while he's happy, all because Carl Lesson said that below. Please do not believe the media. They are very much in love and are happy together. Nothing but smile and laughter here. Okay, a happy Prince Harry doesn't sell with the no-life jealous haters to keep the no-life jealous haters happy. They need to keep selling the lies that Harry isn't happy while he's happy. You could get confused with all of those bribing. Prince Harry was not happy and the Royal Murdoch daily fell UK, and that's the truth. Yeah, that's it. This is why he's going through all that headache to call him to court. It's only more BS from Petronella Wyatt pretending to be a journalist. She's mentally crazy. Really, what's wrong with that woman? Totally unstable. I mean, the whole entire UK needs some very, very psychological evaluation. Not from psychologists in the UK, because I'm going to put all of them under the same umbrella, because they all need help. Someone outside, okay? Completely outside of the UK to evaluate these people, because they're not well. Okay, so there's that. Well, since Petronella Wyatt is pretending to be a journalist, she thinks everyone else is faking it too. Okay, let's see her thing here. Oh, so that's her. Writer, broadcaster, ex-department head, spectator, column. These people, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I thought I got them, but I do not know. Alright, next tweet. Okay, so this one I put that. That's a TikTok video, and I have one more for this video. Okay, expose their stupidity. It's none, no more end. It's a 50-second TikTok video. Let's see here. Let me read this. No, the second picture was already validated as being from last year. Harry was on his own this year with his daughter. Okay, so let's listen.
Do you people realize how ridiculous and stupid you people sound? Let's play a game. What's your source? Here's mine. Page 6 of the New York Post. And let me read this for you in case you're illiterate. Meghan Markle and son Archie were later spotted with daddy-daughter duo. It also says, shortly after, Meghan Markle, 41, and Prince Archie, 4, were photographed with Harry and Lilibet. But if that's not enough, let's analyze the picture in question. If you're saying this second photograph was taken last year, why is Harry wearing the same outfit? And Lilibet, who is 2 years old, looks 2, and not 1 if this was last year, and wearing the same outfit. Look at her little red shoes. Either your sources are stupid, or you are. So what's your source? And don't let it be a tabloid.
Oh my god, I'm glad he did lay them out. See, I don't follow these people. If the squad don't share these things or from the tabloid, I do not know. So I don't know what the tabloid was saying. Okay, with the exception of what I've shared with you already. Whatever I share with you, that's what I know. Okay, people also evil. Lilibet did not go last year. They were at some other place, not Montecito. They are tying themselves up in knots with their desperation to know what's going on. There's the rolling eye. And the thing is that these are the nonsense they used to sell the UK. The UK never question it. Some Brits probably, was rolling their eyes, but they never come out and say a damn thing. So they think it's okay. So the US is calling them out. Okay, they want Harry to be a single dad so bad, yet they have a UK royal who's already dipping his toes into Wednesday and Sunday visitation with his kids. Did they skip over mere 2 days before the parade? Harry and Meghan holding hands coming out of a business. All right, so that's that. Let's go to the last one, and then I'll do a prayer and then go to the next tweet. Okay, some part of this video is gonna be on part 2. Maybe I'll just leave it. So this one I saw, and I thought it was how do you call this? It was a wedding, but until you read the caption, it's make no reference of that what's going on in the video. Okay, how we will welcome Meghan back when she launches her new project. Okay, so they're talking about Harry and Meghan when their new project is released, and then this is how the squad is gonna be reacting. Okay, this is a completely separate video, nothing to Harry and Meghan, but this is how they gonna she's making reference. Pretend this is the squad and the people's gonna walk in, okay, or Harry and Meghan with their project. Okay, let's listen. I'm sorry I can't play it because let's see. Okay, I might get flagged for the video, but just watch the wife and groom. This is how they the squad gonna cheer them up. Oh my god, so much joy. Vanessa Vanessa is something. So that's how the Widow Squad gonna be welcoming Harry and Meghan when they come with their new project. I want the lifestyle brand or a fashion project. Come on, Meghan, you have great taste. Share it with us. Okay, I love this song. Can't wait. This, I cannot wait. Meghan and Harry will always be famous. There's this, yes, and that. Alright, so that's it. Oh, let's look at this. Let me just add this. Okay, just started watching Suit and I'm already completely hooked. Alright, so there's 5 comments on here. Okay, Suit is so addictive. Hopefully Netflix will install season 9, which is the final season. If not, you can catch it on Prime. She's fine. Enjoy yourself, my dear. Alright, so that's that. Let's do a prayer. The last prayer that I did was prayer for protection and savior. Oh, I need to create a screenshot for that before I stop recording. You're gonna see my mouse moving along. You may not see it when I'm bookmarking. Okay, so let's do another prayer. Prayer for, let's say, good deed. Okay, prayer and good deed. All right, good deed for Harry and Meghan. Oh, I just said good deed. Oh, the same thing popped up. Okay, so let's say prayer for and harvest. Let's put harvest that way, because the hard work that Harry and Meghan have done will come and into fruition. Okay, we thank you, our Lord and God, for your protection and care in this season of harvest. We bless you for the weather giving to us for our work. This harvest, Lord, was not without the difficulties. No harvest is, but we rejoice that those times of trouble did not prevent us from the completion of this task. Alright, so that's it. I'll keep this. Lately, I think when I come across some of these prayers, I'll use them instead of going to look for images. Alright, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so there's this, and I just want to share some of that. All right, so that's it. Thank you for your support. There's probably at least 3 videos. I don't know how I'm gonna divide these tweet, because I've been recording since 1 something, and right now it's 4:53, 5 a.m. and my Patreon, I have it set up. I just haven't make it public yet. I have 2 videos. One is a little welcoming video to to warm you up into the channel, and this is what you're signing up for. Okay, I don't know if I should make it free for everyone or just whatever, but yeah, I will be on Patreon. There's $5, $10, and what was the other one? 5, 10, 20, and 50. But I explain on this video what all of them mean. It doesn't matter which one you're part of. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for your support.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
We ask for forgiveness, and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and a happy together. And, if I may speak personally, we are all in this together. Because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.